Hi, everybody. Scott Riley, the market update desk, Mortgage One, NMLS number 157524. Well, we got the first of the jobs numbers for the week, and it was showing much weaker jobs numbers than what the market was planning on. So today we got the ADP employment report, and that showed that there were 32,000 jobs lost in November, not created, but lost. Now, this was much weaker than the market had planned on, which was anywhere between 10 and 40,000 net job gains. Now, when we look at the last 4 months in total, there have been an average about 17,000 job losses per month, which shows the weakness that the labor market direction is headed in, which is contradictory to what a lot of the Fed members had been speaking about even last week. Now, the sector that got hit the hardest was small business. They lost 120,000 jobs. This is really a concern, kind of a canary in a coal mine, because small businesses employ nearly 50% of the entire labor force, and they're usually the first sector to show pain from the economy because they just don't have the financial stability, financial flexibility, resources as large companies. Now, ADP actually tracks 10 different sectors for jobs, six of the 10 had net job losses. The biggest loser was professional and business services, while the biggest gainers were what we've been seeing sectors, education and health services, and leisure and hospitality. Those have been the bulwark, doing the work for job creation, and it continues to show that. Now, when we look at wages, workers staying at the same job saw their wages increase by 4.4% year over year, which sounds good, but it's actually a deceleration from last month's 4.5% run rate. Now, the big story were job changers or switchers. Now, pay increases moderated for that group significantly from year over year, up 6.7% to 6.3. So the premium that's being paid to job switchers is narrowing dramatically to those of job changers. I'm sorry, job stayers. It's at the smallest mark net spread since we've seen in about the last 5 years. Now, after the release of this ADP report, we did show the Fed futures market jump all the way to a 90% chance of a Fed cut next week. Now, the only other significant report that could change their methodology or what they're looking at before they meet next week is the PCE inflation number that we'll get at the end of this week, but we're expecting those numbers to be fairly tame. So right now on the table is we're probably looking at a rate cut, which keep in mind for mortgages, many times that premium for that rate cut is being built into mortgage rates right now ahead of the rate cut. And then many times we jump up a little bit in mortgage rates after the actual Fed announcement. So that's why we've seen some betterment to mortgage rates. As we look forward, the BLS report for both October and November will be released, at least as being forecasted right now, for December 16th. Now, that may be a good thing because the weakness within today's ADP report was mainly concentrated in small businesses. And the BLS report just doesn't do a good job of accurately counting that small business number because of the faultiness in the empirical data within the birth to death model. The other thing we're seeing today is mortgage applications. We've been talking about buyers coming out, getting offers accepted, getting in houses. That shows true in mortgage applications. Purchase applications rose 3% week over week. That's up 17% year over year. Refinances did fall slightly to down to 4% week over week, but they're still fantastic for looking at your blended or global interest rates and saving significant money, not just on the mortgage, but on your entire debt portfolio. And that's one of the things we come in, use our knowledge and expertise to help explain your total situation, not just one piece of the puzzle. Give us a call, 616-293-2189. Scott Riley, the Market Update Desk. It is your original singular market news source for West Michigan. Have a wonderful afternoon.